What's up, guys? It's Cocojobro here, and welcome back to another episode of Shrine Guide. I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for all the support you guys have been showing. I've been seeing a lot of increase in our views on these videos, especially the likes too, so it shows me that you guys really like them. And then also too, I've seen a couple of you guys come over to our Twitch channel. So if you guys don't know, our Twitch channel is Cocojobro, so just come on by, and I stream about 4 or 5 times a week. So if you guys want to check us out, play some games with me, feel free to come on over. But let's get right into it. So if you guys are watching this video, you have a couple of days to try out these perks. If you are not and you're watching this in the future, use these perks in builds. I have 2 builds that I'm going to show you. One for the killer and one for the survivor. These are totally up to interpretation how you want to use them. You know your best strategy. Are you someone who likes to loop? Are you someone who likes to do gens? Are you immersive? Are you more brave? How do you play? That's up to you guys. Okay. So let's go into it. We have some really good perks. None of them are really bad because they all have different situations that they can do really well in. Okay, so let's kind of just go through them, and then I'm gonna jump to the build so you guys know how they kind of complement other builds, okay, or other perks. So we have Left Behind, which in my opinion is probably the weakest one. It's a Bill perk. And mainly what it does is it unlocks the potential in one's aura ability. Mainly if you're the last survivor, you can see the hatch when it's 24 meters away. So this is a really good perk if you're the last one, right? The killer can kick the hatch, and if you're really distant or if you're healed, you're not grunting or anything like that, then if you get a good idea, maybe you're on a second story of a map and you're looking down trying to see where the killer is coming from after they kick the hatch, then if you have a key, you can definitely go and open it. So that's really cool. I'll talk about this later. Mad Grit. This is a Legion teachable. It's actually really funny. It's like a meme one for me. But mainly this one has it's really good. Mainly you carry a survivor. You suffer no cooldown. So this is like freaking, Food Network, Rachel Ray, Bobby Flay, Iron Chef America type killer where they're just chop, 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 chop. So when I first saw this perk in action, I thought someone was hacking. I thought someone was cheating. Because literally when you see it, I kid you not, it's like chop, 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 chop. They are just chopping like a karate man. It's wild. It's super funny. So I'll tell you what another perk that goes really well with this one. So mainly there's no cooldown. So you just chop, 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 chop. And if you hit somebody with your basic attack, you also stop the person that's on your shoulders from wiggling for 2 seconds. At tier 3, it's 4 seconds. So it's really cool. Next one. This one is a Dwight teachable. So this one is called Prove Thyself. This is also aka gen running by myself with others. I don't know. It's pretty much the gen rushing technique. This one's a little tricky. There's a lot of conditions to it. So this one is for every survivor that's working on a gen within 4 meters, which pretty much they need to be on the gen. Or you can, if one person's on a gen, you can kind of be right behind them or protecting them, whatever. But mainly everyone gains 15% repair speed while being on the gen. At the same time, you guys all gain 50% of your cooperation points as well. So, also too, here's one more catch too. Survivors can only be affected by one Prove Thyself effect at a time. So you can't stack like 4 of you guys having it and then it's a 60% increase. It doesn't work that way. So what is really cool about this, so it was a couple of months ago, there was a 3.7.0 update where at first if you were on a gen, it would take you about 80 seconds to get the gen done by yourself. So 1 minute and 20 seconds. If someone jumped on the gen with you, they would get a 10% regression speed on that. So mainly, if you're by yourself, you're doing the gen at 100% speed, whatever that speed is of doing the gen. If you're a buddy, whoever you're doing with, or just a survivor that comes in, you'll see that the bar turns red, whereas opposed if you were using like resilience or if you're using a toolbox, you see how it turns yellow? Yellow means good, like you're increasing the speed. Red means that there's a regression to the speed. Same with healing. You might see someone in a mangled state. So mainly what that means is everyone that's on the gen, you and your friend, you guys are doing the gen at 90% of what you normally would do it. Technically, it kind of brings it to around, like, you'll get the gen done around like 44 seconds, something like that. If you have more people on the gen, then it drops again another 10%. So then now 3 people are doing it at 80%. I'm not a math whiz, but just follow with me. So back in the day, it dropped by 10%. Now they made an update with the 3.7.0 update. It was 15%. So that's a big regression. And Prove Thyself was actually at a 10% increase. So if 2 people were on the gen and you had Prove Thyself, you guys would do the gen fast. This one is just compensating, so everyone gets this 15% regression. Prove Thyself's on. Holy crap, everyone's doing gens at 100%. I don't know what the math is. You would think 80 seconds, divide by 3, and then, you know, that's it. I don't really know what the math is. It should be 26 seconds. I haven't really done the math because, you know, I was smart in college, but right now I'm just trying to loop and play games. So pretty much you're going to do gens really fast. If you want to time it yourself, let me know in the comments what's the timing on it. So that's one that's really cool, is that you'll do gens really fast. If you're injured, actually I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we'll go back to that in just a second. And then Blood Warden. So Blood Warden has 3 tiers. Tier 1 is 30 seconds, Tier 2 is 45 seconds, and Tier 3 is 60 seconds. I think we've all know what this perk does. Mainly, if the exit gates open and you hook somebody, then the exit gates are blocked. There's an update now. Back in the day, you would open a door. Oh crap, you got Blood Warden. That's fine. Just open up the other door and you can leave. Now, if one door is open, both doors are Blood Warden, which sucks. And that's gotten me a couple times, I'll admit. It's just, it catches you off guard. You're like, oh, well, if one door is blocked, just open the other door. It doesn't work that way. Now you guys are stuck for 60 seconds. That's a really crazy perk that Freddy can teach you. It's level 40, but I'll go into that too as well. Okay, so let's go into the Survivor build. So this is a Survivor build that I made up, which pretty much is the invisible Survivor build, in my opinion. Okay, so it starts off with Left Behind, which is the perk that's in the shrine. And mainly that says it unlocks the ability for you to see the hatch if you are the last survivor at 32 meters. So that's really good. It's like a barbecue and chili distance, 32 meters. Pretty cool, huh? Now, something that you probably don't want to run it with is a rainbow map or any type of map, because if you can already see it, why do you need a map to see it? You want to unlock it. Why? Because if the killer kicks the hatch when you are the last survivor, then you can't open it, right? Unless you have a key. So you can get an ultra rare key, or you can get a purple key, whatever one you want. So how are we going to find the hatch if we're the last survivor? Well, mainly that usually happens if all of the rest of your friends are dead, which means that your team sucks and the killer's doing a really good job. So we're gonna jump on with Laurie Strode's perk, which is called Soul Survivor. And if you read here, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but it just says every time a fellow survivor is killed or sacrificed or moried, pretty much you gain a token. For each token, your aura cannot be read by the killer within a maximum of 24 meters for each killed or sacrificed survivor. Most of the time, you'll be the obsession too as well. So this is really cool because 24 times 3 is 72 meters. That's a long distance. You can be pretty much across the map on most occasions, and the killer won't be able to spot you. If they have barbecue and chili, if they're running any type of, like, you know, nurses calling, anything that has an aura reading capability, they won't find you. And that even goes with, like, Plague. She has an add-on where every time you vomit, that your aura is revealed for 5 seconds. If Huntress hits you with the hatchet, even though I don't know how she would hit you with the hatchet, with her aura reading hatchets add-on, then, you know, she won't be able to see you. She'll hit you, but she won't be able to see you. So Object of Obsession, mainly what this says is, as the killer's obsession, the effect applies to a maximum of 72 meters. If you're not the obsession, then this applies to a maximum of 64 meters. What Object of Obsession does is, if you're looking at the killer, then you can see their aura. You might not know where the killer is, so just, you know, turn around in 360 degrees until you see their aura. Be like, oh, okay, that's a ghost face, or oh, okay, that's a legion. And that's actually a really good perk too, because then you know how to play the game. Oh, that's a plague, so I can keep looping until I'm broken, because she might just try to vomit on me the most of the time. Oh, that's a legion, so maybe if she finds me, let me run away from my friends so that when she hits me with Feral Frenzy, their auras don't appear. So you kind of get an idea of how that works. So anyways, Soul Survivor, every time one of your friends is killed, you can't be red with your aura. With Object of Obsession, you can see the killer. The catch is the killer can see you, but if you're running Soul Survivor, the killer cannot see you. So that's the cool part. Usually people run it, they know that you're looking at them, you're looking at them. You know, it's awkward, whatever. But if you roll Soul Survivor, then they can't see you, but you can see them. If you want to be even more sneakier so that you can help yourself survive and get out of the way, Off the Record is this arena perk, and mainly what it does is once you're hooked or you escape the hook, you Kobe, someone pulls you off, would have it. Off the Record is activated for 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's the amount of time that it takes to do a gen by yourself, by the way. So maybe if you can get to a gen and do it, maybe the killer won't even bother you if you're doing a gen. But mainly what it does is while Off the Record is active, your aura doesn't even show up to the killer. Your grunts of pain caused by injuries are reduced by 100%. This is pretty much like having Iron Will. So that's really cool. You kind of have a little combo perk in between. And I kind of like that. With all these new survivor perks and killer perks, they're kind of becoming more combo perks. So it's really cool. You get these like 2-for-1 specials with a little bit of like gimmicks to it. So that's cool. So anyways, here's the build. Soul Survivor. Every time someone dies, pretty much your aura, it does not appear on the map when killer is looking for you. Object of Obsession, you can see the killer, but they can't see you. Left Behind, you're just looking for the hatch. When all your friends are dead, you're looking for hatch. Don't even try to go for doors. Just wait for the killer to kick it. Then you know where to go. Even if you're watching them with Object, you'll know, okay, it's over in Killer Shack. Oh, okay, it's in the middle of the field, the cornfield or whatever. You don't have to run Off the Record. You can run Unbreakable. Maybe the killer's slugging. You can run Deliverance if you want to get your Kobe. You know, just whatever fits your style. And then run the key. So once the killer closes the hatch, then you can, you know, open it. So easy peasy. Okay, and the last one is going to be here we go. So Blood Warden is really situational. Mainly you have to have the exit gates open. If the survivors are cowards, they're not going to stay, they're going to leave, they're not going to wait. Some people just play like cowards. They're scaredy cats. They just leave their teammates. They don't play for the end game points and help each other out. So Blood Warden is very situational. Either it's going to do this. You can play it two ways. Exit gates open. You're chasing someone. You get them down. You waste time. There's like a 2 minute. There's 2 minutes until everyone dies. End game collapse happens, right? If you knock someone down, then that time is slowed. It could go up to like 2 minutes. I think it's almost 3 minutes that it can go up to. So mainly what you want to do is you want that once you hook a survivor too, you know how the timer goes from like the yellow, and then if you knock someone down it goes to gray and it slows down even more. So mainly what you can do is you can kind of waste their time, get your bar to about a third left of time, and then knock someone down, hook them. You can zone them, be stupid, pretend like you don't know what you're doing, but you have a trick up your sleeve. Hook that person. Blood Warden is in effect for 60 seconds. They can't get out, the timer runs out, you kill all 4 survivors. Easy peasy, right? Or you can knock someone down, they open the door, you run them to the door. If they're smart, they won't run away right away. They'll wait, and you can chase that person, whoever you want to chase, put them on a hook, and then that's a countdown for you. You have 60 seconds to make a play, whether it's getting the last 2 people down, trying to get a 2K, trying to get a 3K, trying to get a 4K, but you have 60 seconds. So you can play it however you want, but mainly it's a troll perk. They don't really see it coming, and it's really funny. If you want to buy yourself more time to kind of set up some injuries, injure more people, Remember Me is really cool to add on with this. Those are both Freddy perks that you can do. Mainly every time you hurt someone, you add 4 seconds to the door pulling, and it takes about 15 seconds for them to pull the door down. So they pull it, 15 seconds. If you add 16, that's 31 seconds. Buys you, you know, half a minute of time to injure people. Then if they're pretty dumb, then run Blood Warden. That's cool. Agitation is really good to apply with Mad Grit. Some people call it Battle Pig, where, you know, I think it's Running Man. He likes to call it Battle Pig. You can do it with anybody. Mainly, you carry your survivor, and while you're carrying a survivor, when you're transporting bodies, your movement speed is increased by 18%. So people are kind of freaked out by this. They kind of know what the carrying speed is. You'll never catch up to someone unless they run into you. But when you have this agitation perk, you run faster than them. You can catch up to them. So literally, you can carry someone on your shoulders, chop, 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 and literally injure people. It's really good when someone's not even wiggling. They just give up. And you're like, all right, fine. If you want to just do that, I'll chase your friends. And you can get some easy downs because people don't really expect it. So it's up to you guys. What do you want to run? What do you guys want to do? But those are just some perks that I felt would work really well with these Shrine of Secrets perks. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I know this one was a long one, but I really wanted to give you guys a lot of detail so that you can utilize these perks to the best abilities. Have fun with them. If you come up with some better builds than I just came up with, please put those in the comment section. I would love to actually try them on stream, or, you know, maybe make a video out of them too as well. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much for the support. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.